Hey everyone, my name is Selfie, and today we'll be talking about Blade and Soul and how good of a job it does by showing the new and old systems in the game. This video is going to be geared towards new players who want to give the game a try, and to players who just rapidly click through quests and don't take the time to read them, only to complain later on how poor the game teaches you. So yeah, let's get right into it. In the beginning, in Heaven's Reach, it is considered the introduction to the game. I did previously record, but I did previously do this content, but I did forget to record it. But I will go over it briefly on what the game has to show you. I do recommend, if you are new to the game, to do this so it can familiarize yourself with certain things before getting into the game. They will go over certain movements with your WSAD. They will show you how to hold Alt to bring you up, to bring up your mouse cursor. They do not point it out, but there's a bright yellow quest that is over in your quest log. You will be able to learn how to switch between normal mode and BNS mode. BNS mode is basically your combat mode. That's the mode you're going to want to play in, trust me. So yeah, so it's just briefly, it doesn't show you, but that's what that means. It shows you how to open your inventory by pressing your I key, how to open your quest journal by pressing your J key. Tells you how your next quest is labeled, shows you where it's located on your map up in the corner. It teaches you how to glide, teaches you how to open your skill menu. It also goes over the basics of your class. Pressing and holding the Alt button will bring up your mouse, which will allow you to read quest letters that's in your quest log over to the side. How to recover your HP when it hits 0 by pressing the 1 key, and then using a potion immediately after to recover your HP. It also touches on repairing your weapon. All this is covered in the beginning of the game. If you choose to skip this, then you might be a bit lost in certain things in the game, but if you are brand new, I do recommend doing it. It'll just help you out. It really will. So anyway, once you start the game, you're going to see purple quests. Some of the systems will also be in your like as you do your story quest, but your purple quests are going to be your tutorial quests basically. So I'm just going to go over everything that the game really touches on, and yeah, and a few things that I feel like the game should have touched on, but it really didn't. So the game teaches you about acquiring quests, and it teaches you how to track the quest, so it will automatically show you where you have to go to complete that quest. In the beginning, it's going to teach you about quest letters and opening your inventory by pressing I and right-clicking on the letter to start the quest. It teaches you how to Windstride by opening your map by pressing M and clicking on the green swirly symbol. It does not tell you how to use the main story quest travel, but it does have the symbol next to the quest. So curiosity will be like, what happens if I click this? And you'll find out pretty well. It teaches you about your soul shields, what they are, and how to equip them. It introduces you to the exploration journal. This really just shows you how to open the journal, but it's pretty self-explanatory on what it is that you need to do, right? Like it shows you locations, it shows you attributes when you click on a certain item like story exploration or anything like that. It shows you what you need to do, and you complete it and you get the attribute bonus. It's pretty self-explanatory. As you play the game, a letter will pop on your screen. Read the letter cricket. It will appear in your quest journal. You read the letter. This teaches you how to play your class. These quests are a little bit different than your regular purple quests. You can choose to do these right away, or you can just do these as you progress to the story. It introduces the card system by pressing Control B. It shows you the basics, but don't really hold your hand. It's pretty easy to grasp, and it touches on it a few other times in the game, so it's not too bad. The game teaches you about Valor Stones. It teaches you about skill transfer and what the stones can be used to purchase in as well. So, and shortly after that, the game teaches you about essences, which you get from field bosses. You can use the wheel, which is right next to the quest, or the quest giver also tells you can also accumulate so many essences and you can use them to purchase directly from the merchant to get what you want. You will come across many of these bosses, field bosses, in the game as you level. The game teaches you how to go to the market. Speak to the dragon trader, press F5, which also leads you to much more to cover. Well, there's no need to really cover because right there next to the market is your mail, so that's pretty self-explanatory, and your storage, which is pretty self-explanatory as well. It also introduces you to crafting and all the crafting guilds that you can join. You may only join 2 per character. So the good thing is that you can join other 2. You can pick 2 guilds and then make another character, pick another 2, and make another character and pick the last 2. So you can have all bases covered and you can mail the items between your characters. It does go over more introduction about the gallery and the bonds in your card system. The game briefly teaches you about equipping a faction uniform, which will make you hostile to the opposing faction. This would allow you to attack certain NPCs in the game as you progress. It also goes over faction uniform and choice, which is also pretty straightforward. It teaches you about air dashing. It teaches you about your soul core and how to equip them and how to unequip them. It also teaches you about mantras, which I was very surprised. I didn't think they would teach you, but they do teach you about mantras, what they are, and how to equip them. It also shows you where to find the effects that you get when you combine certain mantras. They don't really go over your faction dailies, but it does give you a quest to start them. So naturally, once you pick up that red quest, it's going to lead you to do your faction dailies, which is going to also just lead you to exploring the merchants and seeing what the merchants has to offer. This is also a really good time where the game should have taught you about transmuting, but it doesn't really. So I'm going to show you that in a separate video. And once you're done, all of that, it goes on to teach you how to do soul badges. It will also teach you the insignia system, where you will acquire insignia ruins, which will have stat bonuses. These bonuses will be able to be slotted into the corresponding color into your insignia wheel and give you the bonuses that they have listed on them. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you'll learn more about it as you play the game. One thing I forgot to touch on was the relics. You will find relics scattered throughout the world. Gathering these will be part of your exploration journal and will give you stat bonuses when you collect a certain amount. But some of the things that the game did not touch on that I think really should have been a note, should have been touched on really. So I'm really go over all these icons in the bottom. So we have sword, which is self-explanatory. Remote stash, which is for, you know, if you buy the battle pass. Dragon Express is one that I think that it should have went over. When you open this, it gives you an account limit 1 per day, and you can get a card box, 2 card boxes, some Valor Stones, and some skill book fragments. So once you purchase this, you can only do this once a day, and it costs some coin. Once you purchase, say, your improved skill book fragments, then it should have showed you about transmute. The transmute menu has weapons, accessories, soul shields, soul cores, and skill books. So for instance, your faction dailies, you can acquire weapon designs. These weapon designs can be purchased by acquiring faction tokens. Once you acquire the specific design, you can come into your transmute menu, use it with elemental powder, which you get from salvaging weapons of superior or higher grade or other items. And for a small currency, you can get a guaranteed weapon box, 100% chance of the weapon that is for basically this expansion. So this is your Blight, and this is your Infernal. So right now, this is the best one that you can get. So it'll give you your best weapon. And you can do this with your accessories. You can do this with your soul shields. You can do this with soul cores. Now, soul cores is not from your factions. These are from dungeons. So that's where you get these. You can also do this with skill books. So the Dragon Express that gives you these improved skillbook fragments. You can come here and you can use 20 skillbook fragments and some coin, and it gives you a 20% chance to get the next level of skillbook, but it also gives you an 80% chance to give the current shade of page. So that's a good way to get your books. So other than that, the other thing that I would probably like to go over would be this lady here, your coin exchange merchant. So this lady will have a bunch of things that will, it doesn't really tell you how to get your your mystic badges or your soul badges or anything like that. It just shows you what they are. It doesn't tell you where to get them. So here you can salvage soul badges, outfits, illusion weapons, or you can get it from Ebon Drake Luminary, which we don't have yet. This will give you a chest and will give you a soul badge, which you equipped here. Your mystic badges, same thing, right? But you get these from salvaging Hanmoon store outfits fragments. Now, if you don't have access to these and you are able to acquire some Divine Gems, yeah, you can buy them off the market. So if there's something that you're specifically looking for in soul badges or mystic badges, you can buy them, and you can get Divine Gems easy by just selling things on the market. One thing I forgot to mention about your transmute menu are the materials that you're going to need in order to acquire the items. Your soul core crystals will come from your dungeons. Your wood fragments, jewel powders, and elemental powders will come from chests, which you can get at your dragon trader by turning in broken crystal, which you can acquire from salvage weapons, accessories, soul shields of refined grade or lower. You can even salvage field boss weapons, accessories, and soul shields. In your dragon trader, she's going to have multiple menus. You go to the Exchange 2 menu and you would get Dragon Express material selection. These are required 30 broken crystals. Once you acquire one of these, you will be able to open them up and choose 10 of which item you're going to need in order for you to complete your transmute material. You can also trade in other materials for crafting materials like normal metal, normal paper, normal wood, normal medicine, and normal crop. These will give you crafting materials that you need for your crafting guilds as well. Some things that it also didn't touch on. Also, the achievement system, where you can do certain activities in the game. It will net you certain rewards like gold and card boxes. It also didn't touch on your showroom, where you can put all of your outfits. It also shows you the outfits that you don't have and where to find them. The other system it didn't touch on much that I think that it really should have was the looking for group system. You have Party Finder, which lists the dungeons and where and how to apply to them. It also uses a cross-survey lobby, where you can choose a specific dungeon and click apply, and then the game will automatically search out players and put you into a party, and then you can teleport to that specific dungeon. It's pretty convenient. I just used the Party Finder system rather than this one. It was just personal preference at this point. Yeah, guys, if you liked the video, please, again, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And yeah, we'll I guess we will see you in the next one.